Hello and welcome to the next phase of our State Director training. This will take around 15 minutes and then we will have time for Q&A afterwards. Now we realize that many of you are just beginning to immerse into the world of CPCF and that there is a lot to take in. Action 1 and Action 2 were really to help you understand the mission and vision, all the initiatives, the resources that we have available to you. As we go forward, we're going to be looking to ensure that you feel ready to be released into your role as State Director. So that being said, our individual meetings will be going a little bit deeper, again, just to identify if there's any areas where maybe a little bit more help or support is needed. That being said, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen. We'll go to slide 15, and we are looking to fill prayer gaps here, Action 3. Now, we talked last time about how assessing prayer in your state and what prayer-related activities are already occurring will help to determine what prayer gaps need to be filled. At the national level, we realize that there are a number of national prayer calls, prayer meetings, prayer summits, strategic prayer assignments, prayer in the U.S. Capitol. There's a lot of prayer happening in the city and at the national level. But one of the things that we realize is that the prayer leaders were not communicating on a regular basis. So one of the things that we've done is start a weekly prayer meeting or prayer call where we'll come together, pray for one another, identify key prayer issues for the week. Again, we have a Google Doc where everybody's logging the important issues or topics in our various spheres of influence so that everybody can be praying in a unified manner. Also, we have text strings and email strings to stay connected all throughout the week. And it's really been a wonderful way to build relationship, build trust, and also to collaborate when necessary. The other gap that we found needed to be filled was related to religious liberty organizations. So the CPCF attends a number of key events, key meetings in the city, religious liberty related forums and so forth. It's great for expressing ideas, for expressing concerns, for getting high level and accurate information, for discussing strategic mobilization efforts, but there really wasn't a lot of prayer happening. So we decided that it would be good to start a monthly Religious Liberty Coalition prayer time, which we have done. And again, it's just been a great way of bringing everybody together, praying over the issues of concern, and also considering ways that we can work together. These again are just a couple of the areas that we identified at the national level, and we know that there are many other possible ways to fill prayer gaps at the national and state level. We do want to take a minute to talk about the prayer shield concept. So the concept of adopting a legislator is not anything new, but we have found that states want to incorporate this concept into their state strategy through something called the State Prayer Shield. You can go to texasprayercaucus.com to see what they have done. And essentially, they were reaching out to individuals or prayer groups to encourage them to commit to praying for either their legislator, their representative, or to be assigned to a representative. So once people signed up, the team processed the request accordingly and then provided a bookmark with the legislator's picture and any relevant information so that that individual or group could be faithfully praying for those legislators. You can expound on this concept, you can simplify it, but it's just a great way to encourage people to pray for their legislators. And again, it's a means to a page to send them to that so they can actually sign up to do that. Okay, let's move on to legislator support, page 17. Action 3, facilitate prayer caucus impact opportunities that legislators can participate in. So there are endless opportunities for engagement once you have a handle on the mission and vision and all the resources that we have available. You will be key in helping legislators to understand their options and then to know where to go, how to plug in, and how essentially to help them accomplish what it is that they're trying to accomplish. Informed and engaged legislators can have tremendous impact. I'll just say that CPCF will often be the catalyst for, say, signing amicus briefs or even the circulating victim support letters. But I do want to say that if you all identify any issues or opportunities, please do let us know and we'll do what we can to support those efforts or to join those efforts. I do want to take a minute to comment on the impact of the advocacy letters or these victim support letters. So we've written hundreds of them. Our legal team drafts these letters. Prayer Caucus members will sign on, or members of Congress will sign on, and send them to victims who have received letters from the Freedom from Religion Foundation or other anti-faith group. These letters will provide the necessary support, encouragement, legal support, as well as the talking points that are needed in order for these leaders to stand strong. Many, many times, those individuals will stand strong because they know that there's government leaders standing with them, that they now are equipped to stand against these attacks, and it's been very, very effective. So we encourage, again, your legislators to consider ways to engage, and we will do what we can to help. Faith impact opportunities and toolkits, action 3. So events are an extremely effective faith impact opportunities. And as you see in the handbook here, there's a variety of ways and events that can be considered. To clarify, we are not requiring you to host an event. This is merely the natural next step if you are inspired to advance further in this track. Ideally, you would prayerfully consider what events would help to build the network or get the message out or promote prayer for the legislators, and then plan accordingly. Because we represent elected officials, we do have to take extra care to make sure these events are professional and exude the same level of excellence that any government-related event has. We have created a basic checklist, which you can find here. And of course, we have presentations and videos and scripts and agendas and a number of other resources that will help should you decide to host an event. And of course, we're here to help as well. Building the Faith Impact Network, action 3. Collaboration amongst various like-minded groups are going to be the key in the days ahead. At the national level, there's a number of religious liberty groups that meet regularly. There's also a number of religious liberty coalition groups who meet with government leaders. These have both proven to be very effective in helping to, again, for open communication, as well as collaborate on a number of efforts, specifically religious liberty efforts. Our observation is that many of the state legislators are looking for similar ways to connect with the allies. Some states have asked for a monthly or quarterly conference call with the key leaders in the state. So this could be the director of the Family Policy Council or the director of Concerned Women for America, those key groups in the state that you know are like-minded and are action-oriented. These calls would be a means of bringing them together with the legislators to pray together potentially, but also to again, think through ways that they can work together, discuss hot topics or hot items for discussion that particular week or month. And again, and it gives an opportunity for them to consider ways to work together. Another option is to consider the Prayer Caucus hosting a meeting in the state capitol with these religious liberty coalition groups. This is, again, a means of bringing everybody to the table, open communication and discussion, opportunities to engage, and this has been very, very effective at the national level, and we just hope that you'll consider doing that at the state level. Okay, communication, action 3. So each state does have a state database. The numbers vary depending on whether or not we've had an event there or opportunities to engage. Some of the state databases have up to 12,000 or more people in them. And so we want to say that if you are hosting a Prayer Caucus event or need to encourage people to mobilize around a Prayer Caucus effort, we are happy to send an email on your behalf to the network. What we recommend is that you draft an email, send it to Jessica Young at cpcfoundation.com and CC me. And then we do ask that you give us 3 business days to actually set up and send that email. We have a national communication strategy that we do, that we plan, and at any given day we could have a number of emails going out. So we do ask that you give us some time to actually execute your request. We do have templates available if needed. Please let me know, and I'll be happy to provide whatever template you may need. Okay, funding and finance. If you are interested in creating a fundraising strategy, hopefully at this point you've thought through really what it is that ways that you'd like to engage, or whether or not you really do want to create a team around raising funds. This resource We'll provide ideas on donor prospects, basic fundamental tips on fundraising, information on several fundraising mechanisms, and then some resources to support fundraising. So the resource is still in process. It should be done at any point. So as soon as we do, we'll make sure to have that uploaded for you. In the meantime, again, we hope that you'll just consider your plan and then the various ways in which you can help accomplish that plan. Thank you again for your time. We're going to go ahead now and move into a time of Q&A.